Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. Prime Minister Portia Simpson and opposition leader Andrew Holness issued a stern command this week for members of Parliament to restore decorum and respect to the proceedings of Parliament. The two leaders delivered their charges Tuesday in response to last week's disturbance in the lower house, which has sparked public outcry at the behavior of some parliamentarians.
As the head of government, I must demand that the utterly offensive episode that found a place in this chamber last week must never be repeated under my watch or ever again.
I will do all in my power to ensure that we do not have a repeat of what we witnessed in our last year.
Implementation of the two low-income housing programs announced by Prime Minister Portia Simpson during the recent budget debate is to commence in mid-July. The Minister with responsibility for housing, Dr. Maurice Guy, made the announcement in Parliament Tuesday.
The Ministry of Transport, Works and Housing will be working with Food for the Poor to provide 1,200 wooden units in the amount of $500 million under one initiative, and another 600 concrete units in the amount of $9.18 million over the first year of the program.
The Ministry of Health will be setting up 4 centers of excellence at established health centers in each of the regional health authorities this fiscal year. Portfolio Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson announced in Parliament this week that the centers will be established at the Santa Cruz, Darlaston, Claremont and Isaac Barrett Health Centers. The National Health Fund is providing funding of $100 million.
We'll be expanding the waiting areas and make them more customer friendly. We'll be focusing on offering health promotion and health education. We'll be upgrading the diagnostic services to support screening and treatment of patients. Efficient and effective pharmacy services will be available.
It was confirmed this week that the source of the noxious odor that stopped traffic along the Portmore Toll Road 2 weeks ago was petroleum-based. Environment Minister Robert Pickersgill also revealed that investigations suggest that the pollutant may have been emitted from Petrojam's unloading activities.
Information submitted by Petrojam confirms the loss of a significant quantity of kerosene during the loading operations at the port. Petrojam has started an investigation into the occurrence and has called in the police in furtherance of this exercise.
A lease agreement was signed this week giving 23 cane farmers in St. Catherine, Clarendon and Westmoreland legal tenure to carry out production on more than 5,400 acres of lands owned by the Sugar Company of Jamaica. Agriculture Minister Roger Clark says the farmers will be getting 25-year leases with the option to renew.
It is giving you that kind of security of tenure, which will enable you to really develop and grow in the way you would want to grow.
National Security Minister Peter Bunting has announced that effort will be made this fiscal year to carry out repairs and maintenance on a number of police stations. He says that due to fiscal constraints, it is not anticipated that any new stations will be built this financial year, but every effort will be made to effect repairs to stations with the most pressing needs. Among those is the Morgan's Bridge Police Station in Grange Hill, Westmoreland, where refurbishing is to get underway during the July to September financial quarter. And finally, a national survey on climate change is to start this month. The Climate Change Knowledge, Attitude and Behavioral Practice Survey is to be conducted from July 7 to 15 by the Caribbean Institute of Media and Communication at the University of the West Indies. It is meant to help the government understand what Jamaicans believe and are doing with respect to climate change. The results will contribute to the development of a national climate change communication strategy and action plan. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.